的观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看这一期的 Star Luxe。那么说到 LV 这个品牌呢，当然是如雷贯耳、路人皆知。但当说到 LVMH 旗下的这个真力时表 Zenith， 大家也同样应该不陌生。这块表呢，诞生于1865年，它的 DNA 体现于卓越、超凡、精准、计时，还有精美绝伦。那么今天，它的北美区总裁 Roland 先生就坐在我的身旁，跟大家一起分享 Zenith 的魅力。Hi Roland, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Good, thank you, and you?
So, can you tell us more about the Zenith?
Of course, I'm happy to be here and to tell you about more about the brand, about our beautiful collection. So the company was actually founded 1865, so almost 150 years ago. We have a very long history, obviously. It was founded by a watchmaker named Georges Favre-Jacot in Luxe, which is in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, somewhere a bit lost up in the mountains. And we actually produced our own movements since the very beginning. We introduced our first in-house chronograph movement in 1899. Then already in 1920, obviously, we introduced the first tourbillon in a pocket watch movement. Then we were actually, through the history, always producing our watches without any interruption. Even during the World Wars, we have been producing mechanical timepieces. We have a very rich history also in terms of, let's say, complications. We master all different complications in-house. So I would say we are really one of the few ultimate, what we call ultimate manufacturers in the Swiss watch industry.
So, and from Zenith, I know your designs is very unique and it's beautiful. And people may imagine it about, no wonder, because it's belong to LVMH, you know, one of the most luxury group in the world that produce LV, Dior, so, you know, masterpieces, all, you know, from that companies, like designs. So is that the reason why that makes Zenith so different from the design, or no?
I mean, of course, it's a big advantage for us being part of LVMH, which is by far the biggest luxury group in the world. We have been acquired in 1999. And watches and jewelry is only one division within the group, which is also our sister companies from Bulgari, Tag Heuer, Hublot, and so on. But I would say one of the main strengths of the group is actually to keep every single brand kind of independent. So every single brand has its own identity, its unique DNA. And I believe that's one of the strong points from LVMH as a group, to keep every single brand as a kind of and also the kind of the values that we share within our company. And obviously just recently the last pioneer can be called Felix Baumgartner. He was wearing this watch on his wrist when he jumped on October 14th in Roswell, New Mexico, from the stratosphere. So from 128,000 feet, he jumped out of the stratosphere, which was the longest and fastest free-fall jump in history. He reached, I think, an average speed of high speed of 1,340 kilometers per hour.
Cannot imagine, like, afterwards, what the feelings that will be.
It was really an amazing and spectacular jump. Yes. And he was actually wearing this model called Stratos flyback striking 10s.
Beautiful. So can we look at the pieces that you're
wearing
right now? So how special about this piece?
So, as I said, the name is Stratos because stratosphere. He was jumping out of the stratosphere. So it's basically the first watch to break the speed of sound.
Okay.
So it's something very unique, very exclusive, actually really spectacular.
Were you designing this watch especially to have that purpose, or it just naturally happened?
No, this was actually specially developed for this project.
I see.
This specific model. And it has not only a chronograph, a regular chronograph, as I said, it's called striking tense. So when you start the chronograph here,
Okay.
you will see
it's a countdown type
Yeah.
of.
that the second hand, the red second hand, makes 1 revolution in 10 seconds. And then on the flange, you have a scale from 1, 2, 3, up to 10, with subdivisions in between, so you can actually easily display the tenths of a second.
That's incredible.
Which is actually a unique technical feature, because you can only do this thanks or due to the high frequency of the movement.
I see. So it's quite sporty.
Yeah, it's a sports watch. It's a 45.5 millimeter case, stainless steel, with a ceramic bezel. And then also special about the dial is actually you see the different colors on the subdials.
It is beautiful.
That's really the inspiration of the very first El Primero. El Primero was actually introduced in 1969. That was at that time the very first automatic chronograph movement in history.
This is the mission director. We are at float.
So like for Zenith watch, like for example me, as a lady, do you have a specifically certain collections or models for women, or you mainly like produce a Zenith watch for men?
So to be honest with you, we produce probably 80% men's watches. Have around 20% ladies, but still we have a very nice offer for ladies. We have gorgeous, very classical timepieces in 33 millimeter cases with a moon face, different alloys, rose gold or steel, without or with diamonds, mother of pearl dials. Then we also have chronographs for ladies in a 38 millimeter case. And last but not least, the introduction this year, what we call the collection Star. It's in a cushion shape, 37 millimeter, different models with chronograph or without.
And what's the price range about the Star collection?
It's the entry price point, like the same for the gents watches, is 4,900, and then depending, of course, on the model, steel, rose gold, diamonds or not, it's between roughly, as I said, 49 up to 20,000.
And then, so there's some exclusive pieces that will be much higher than that, right?
For ladies, we have, for example, this specific model that I was describing in a 33 millimeter with a moon face. We have it fully paved. That means the dial completely set with diamonds, and also on the case with diamonds. That's obviously going to be a bit a higher price point.
So how many collections you're going to promote for next year?
Well, we have actually a very, I would say, a simple collection. We have 135 SKUs or references, divided in 5 different subfamilies. Then we have a more, let's say, on the sporty contemporary side, we have a collection called El Primero, like the movement. Another collection is the Pilot collection. Then on the more classy, I would say more timeless designs, we have a collection called Captain, and another collection called Heritage. And then on top, the 5th family is called Académie, which is the top high-end, where we have our high-end complication pieces.
And then for Zenith, what's your goal for 2013?
Well, we have a lot of goals, obviously, for next year.
Let's see.
I would say one of the main targets is definitely to to keep this momentum, we are, since 2009, we have a new president, Jean-Frédéric Dufour. We introduced new models. We actually did a kind of what we call turnaround. Now our strategy is really back to the roots, back to the real DNA of the brand. We introduced several collections in last and previous years that have a real link to our history. So it's not just a fancy collection name and the fancy design. It's really behind. There's a reason why this model is introduced and why this model looks like this and another line looks different.
For example, for the warranties, like how, for example, if I buy a watch in New York, Zenith watch, and I bring to Beijing, and after 2 years, and then when something happened to the watch, what should I do?
Then you just go to an authorized retailer and with the warranty card that you received when you purchased the watch. Then you go there and say, I would like to give you my watch for repair, and it's not an issue. Because every single point of sales is actually obliged to do repairs or to accept the watch and to send it back
Do they have
to the factory.
Limitations, for example, 2 years or 5 years of warranty?
We give a 2 years warranty for every single watch, but then you have actually a specific number on the warranty card, so you can register your watch on our website.
I see.
There's a warranty section, and then as soon as you registered your watch, you get an extension of 1 year. So you basically have 3 years warranty for each watch.
I think that's wonderful. That's like a little tips for our audience. So don't forget, besides the 2 years of warranty, you can also get an extra 1 year just by put the number for particular
And the name,
watch
yes.
and the name, and register on the website, the Zenith website, right?
And then you get a certification with a thank you letter from our president, and then you are sure that you have a 3rd year. And as I said, you can go everywhere. You can check on our website all the authorized retailers that we have worldwide. You go anywhere, and every retailer is obliged to take the watch in and to send it to one of our repair centers. Or if it's just a small repair, he can probably do it even within a few days in his own workshop.
Well, thank you so much. And then, so do you have anything to say to our audience, to this camera?
So I just want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to introduce the brand Zenith to you. I hope you enjoyed the talk and the presentation. I just want to encourage you to check out our collection at one of our point of sales, wherever you want. I'm sure you're going to find a timepiece that perfectly fits your taste, and I'm sure you're going to be happy with a Zenith timepiece for a long time.